Good morning. Welcome to Nancy's Corner for July. We have so many new books in the library. I had the idea just to stand a bunch of them up in front of you and let you see them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk about them anyway. We have a lot of new graphic novels, and we have what you would think of as graphic novels, the manga and those kind. But we also have some interesting new ones. We have A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline L'Engle. You can see it is a graphic novel. So that would be fun to read. We also have The Great Gatsby, which is also a graphic novel. So if you don't want to feel like reading an entire book with all the words, you can pick one of these. We also have another one called The Giver by Lois Lowry. That one's checked out, so I couldn't show it to you, but I just wanted to let you know that we do have that available when it comes back in. So those are for teens and adults. Now I have some more adult books. This is the brand new one from James Patterson and former President Bill Clinton. It is called The President's Daughter. And this is, very exciting. The former president's daughter, his name is President Keating, gets kidnapped. And you have an idea who did it, but you're not exactly sure, because there's this Chinese businessman that doesn't like him, that wants revenge. There is a terrorist that when the book first starts, a SEAL team is going after this terrorist under the president's orders, and they don't get him. They kill his wife and his daughters, but he's hiding somewhere else. So he wants revenge against President Keating. So 2 years after his presidency is over, they kidnap his 19-year-old daughter. And I believe he's going to go after her himself and try to get her back. And she's pretty feisty, so she's going to try to get away on her own. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but I recommend this. The first book that these two gentlemen wrote was very good, and I think this one's going to be good also. We also have a very popular book out right now. It's called The Lions of Fifth Avenue by Fiona Davis. This is really, really good. It takes place in the early 1900s. This family lives in the New York Metropolitan Library because the husband is a director. Some books are being stolen. It has to be somebody in the family because nobody else has access to these books. Fast forward to present times, there's a girl working in the library. Books are being stolen again. And when she traces it back to her ancestors, who I believe it was her great-grandfather who worked in the library before when the books were being stolen, she realizes there's a connection between the ones that are stolen now and the ones that were stolen years ago. And it all has to do with the same family. It's got a wonderful ending. I really enjoyed this book. I hope you come in and read it. A lot of people have checked it out already, but it is available for you right now. It is well worth the time to read this one. Now I have a cookbook for you. This is also new. It's called Come On Over, and it's written by Jeff Morrow. These are recipes that he uses at his home. He has a cooking show with 3 other people called The Kitchen on Food Network. And some of his recipes are on the show, but all of them are in here. These are all his recipes. I made coconut chicken strips, which were really very, very good. I would also like to try sweet potato salad, which I haven't done yet, but I can tell you the chicken strips are good. So I'm sure if you check this out, you will find some recipes that you would like to try. Okay, now for my favorites, the kids' books. This is called Almost There and Almost Not by Linda Urban. This is about a little 11-year-old girl whose father decides he can't handle an 11-year-old. So he drops her off at one of her aunt's house. Aunt doesn't want her either, so she drops her off at another aunt's house. So she's living with Aunt Monica, and Aunt Monica has books written by her great aunt Eleanor, who was an expert on etiquette. And she wants to write a biography, and she wants this little girl to help her. Well, what Aunt Monica doesn't know is that Great Aunt Eleanor is still around as a ghost. And the little girl, her name is Callie, short for California, she can see her. Nobody else can see her. So she's going to get the aunt's help, Great Aunt Eleanor's help, in writing her own biography. And when Great Aunt Eleanor gets upset, she just kind of turns to dust. So we have to keep Great Aunt Eleanor fairly solid as a ghost can be, while Callie writes the book. There's also a ghost puppy dog that even Great Aunt Eleanor can't see. Callie's the only one who can see it. This is really, really cute. I'm reading this one right now and I'm enjoying it. Okay, I usually talk about books about girls, I know, so when I saw this one, I thought you have to do a boy book. This is called The Road to Wherever by John Ed Bradley. And the main character, the little boy, is spending the summer traveling around with two of his adult cousins. And these cousins travel around fixing and restoring old Ford trucks and cars. Only Fords. That's all they want to work on. And they travel around and bring all these old vehicles back to life. And this is their adventure, traveling around that summer. And not only do they bring the old cars back to life, they also bring some people back also. Not back to life, but they help them be happy in their lives. Very sweet book. This one I dearly love. This is called Up on Bob. Words and pictures by Mary Sullivan. Bob is the dog, and he wants to sleep all day. So he hops in the bed, which was very nicely made, and he messes it all up and makes little piles of blankets and the pillows, and he snuggles down, and now he can sleep. But something is watching him. And I really love this picture because you can see the ears. And it's a cat. So the cat also wants to sleep all day. And as you know, cats have to get comfortable and they make all their little scrunchies and everything just like dogs do. So the cat is deciding, with all the hard work, that she's going to get comfortable too. She even ends up licking Bob's ear, which I have a cat that does that to my dog, so I thought that was cute. And at the end, when they're both finally comfortable, they get to sleep all day. And I think that's such a cute picture. So Up on Bob is well recommended. This one is 10 Beautiful Things by Molly Beth Griffin, illustrated by Maribel Lechuga. This little girl goes to live with her grandma, and she's not real happy about it. We don't know why, but that's who she's going to live with. And her grandma picked her up, and she's driving her home, and the little girl's kind of sad. So grandma says, let's find 10 beautiful things along the way. And the beautiful things turn out to be a sunset, clouds, the smell of mud, and they rain with lightning, and they find 9. And when they get to the house, the little girl realizes that the 10th one is being with her grandma. So that's 10 beautiful things, very, very sweet, and the pictures are very pretty. Nice book. This is The Farm That Mac Built. It's by Tammy Sauer, pictures by Jackie Urbanovich. And this is kind of like the house that Jack built, where it builds on one another. Well, this is the farm that Mac built, and they're going through all the animals, the regular animals like the cows and the sheep and the pigs, and every once in a while here comes some monkeys. Or the eggs are hatching and they're penguins. So it's kind of a crazy farm, but it's a really, really fun book, and I think kids are going to enjoy this very much. This one I really, really liked. It's called Her Right Foot by Dave Eggers, art by Sean Harris. This is about the Statue of Liberty, the history of who built it, how it was built, what it's made out of, how it was brought to the United States. And there's one thing that you may know already. I didn't know, but her right foot is in a walking position. Her 2 feet are not flat on the pedestal. And it looks like the Statue of Liberty could get up and walk away. And the reason they made it like this is because freedom is never still. You have to keep going, keep moving, keep growing, so you can keep having your freedom. And excuse me, that's what this book is about. And her right foot is about the Statue of Liberty's right foot that looks like it's getting ready to walk. And it talks about that. It talks about the other symbols on the Statue of Liberty. It's written for children. It is in the children's room, but anybody could read this and learn things from it. Very nice book. I hope you'll come in and check out Her Right Foot. So those are our books for the month of July. Everything is brand new. They've all come in within the last couple of weeks. And I hope you'll come in and check these out and check out a lot of our other new books. I don't know if you noticed my bamboo plant right here with these colorful beads. That was our project today. If you look at our other video and pick up our packet, you can get some of these water beads to put with your plant and do other fun stuff with. So that's our stories for today. Hope to see you real soon. Enjoy 4th of July and the whole month. Bye.